It's been about 8 months since we started 3D printing, and this is the third episode in the series, How to Run a 3D Printing Business in India. Now, we are going to assume that you have watched the episode 2 in this series and have started marketing your products. We are going to divide this video into 4 chapters. Chapter 1, How to Handle Orders on Amazon, Flipkart, and website. So once you've picked your niche, now it's all about handling your orders. In India, if you see, there are a lot of different distribution channels that you can go to. If we take up e-commerce platforms, those will be like Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, etc. You'll also get a lot of good distribution and orders from WhatsApp, Facebook groups, and Messenger, Instagram as well. On Amazon, Meesho, and Flipkart, the benefit is distribution. You don't need to bring in customers, but the competition and fees is higher. On your website, you control branding, margins, and customer experience, but you'll need to drive traffic using Instagram ads or word of mouth. You cannot say that you only want to do a website or you only want to sell on Amazon to tier 1 customers. You have to distribute your products across all the distribution channels that are available to you because you never know which one might work, right? Whichever does, double it down. Whichever doesn't, keep your listing and products there. Don't spend money on it, but stay available. So let's say if you're selling a 3D printed keychain, if I'm going to search your company name and a 3D printed keychain on Google, Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho are going to give you distribution links, right? They're going to give a search page listing or visibility to you. So keep it open on all the possible channels so it's better for your distribution. Chapter 2, Listing Products Online. Your product listing is everything. The way you're visible to your customers defines if they're going to buy from you or someone else. Good photos are very much important. This is an underrated fact, but the way you take your photos defines if someone on Amazon who is scrolling is going to buy your product or someone else. Does your photo explain the way you're going to get the product, or is it just half of the main product that is visible? Then there is catchy titles, there is descriptions, etc., SEO, etc., and stuff is there. So product listing is a very important part. For example, we'll go back to the example of the 3D printed keychain. Don't just write 3D printed keychain in your listing. You can write it as personalized name keychain, unique 3D printed gift, made in India, etc., etc. to make the title catchy. Add 4 to 5 high quality images, maybe even a 10-second reel showing how it looks in hand. That small effort massively improves conversions. Another part is how many days does it take you to ship the product? Because you're into 3D printing, you'll have to also keep a SLA in all of these e-commerce platforms. Let's say on Flipkart, the maximum SLA time is 2 days, right? So you'll have to set it as maximum 2 days in the initial stage. Let's say if you have 2 to 3 printers or a single printer also. If you get 10 orders, you'll not be able to ship it all on the same day. So take care of the dispatch date as well. Chapter 3, Managing Multiple Platforms. Handling Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, website, WhatsApp orders can really get messy. The trick is to standardize your workflow. Keep a shared Google Sheet or order management tool to track orders. You can use CRMs like Zoho or Google Sheet is enough for initial days. Mark priority orders, dispatch dates, and shipping sources. Sync inventory across platforms to avoid overselling. As you grow, invest in an OMS, that stands for Order Management System, or even use Zapier to make or automate your updates. Chapter 4, Workflow. Now let's look at actually how an order gets fulfilled. This is going to be an important part because this is what you're going to sell, right? So you have to divide it in proper workflow so that there are no extra nuances in this. So step 1 is design. Some clients will give you a ready STL file. Others may want you to design it. Learn basic CAD tools like Fusion 360, Blender, or Tinkercad so you can handle simple requests. Step 2, slicing. Import the design into slicing software like Cura, Bamboo Studio, or Prusa Slicer. Set layer height, infill, supports, and preview the estimated time and material cost. Because based on this, you're going to charge the client. Step 3 is printing. Send it to the printer. Make sure bed leveling and filament quality are right. Otherwise, you'll waste time and material. Step 4, the most tedious part, is post-processing. Remove supports, sand if needed, paint or coat if the client requests. The finishing touch separates a hobbyist print from a professional product. This is an extra chapter. Chapter 5, Pricing your 3D printed products. So pricing is where the beginners lose money. You have to make sure you factor in all of the required resources so that you don't lose money and at least make a good enough margin so that you can grow more. The things that you have to factor in is, first is your material. If you're using filament like an FDM based printer, or are you using resin? It all depends upon what quality you're buying and which manufacturer you're purchasing from. The pricing depends on that. So we'll take an example of, let's say, 1,000 rupees per kg ka filament. So 1 gram might cost you 1 rupee. Factor that in. Second is your printing time. This you're going to calculate your machine printing time. So let's say it's a 2-hour print. Is it a multicolor 10-hour print, or is it going to take very little time, like 10 to 15 minutes per product that you're going to print? Factor that along with your electricity so that you know how much is going out. Third is Labor, time spent designing, post processing, and packaging. Yeah, if a client is asking you to design the complete model by themselves, designing, you have to charge. If it is a ready STL file, then you can only charge for the printing and packaging. Then the fourth is your profit margin. So generally, how do you calculate how much do I want to sell the product? So let's say if it's a basic print, so not something like this, but let's say it's a basic single color mug that a person has sent. They have directly sent you the STL file to design it. So now, if I say that this is a 100-gram print, took 4 hours to print, so you can take it as a multiple of your filament price. So let's say if it's a 100-gram, I'm going to take it into 7 or into 8. So you can charge somewhere around 700 to 800 excluding delivery for this type of product. You have to make sure that you tell your clients how much time it's going to take, because it's not a ready to pack product, right? You're going to print it, and then so factor in at least one time of error that you're going to make. So let's say if, today I've placed an order for this one. If it takes 10 hours to print, at least take 2 to 3 days for the print time. At least commit that much. Delivery time is upon your this one, whichever you select. So factor that in. Generally, it takes 1 week to 10 days in the beginning to ship products for all your clients. So make sure that you're not committed that you'll get it in 1 day or 2 days. So this episode gave you an idea of how you're going to manage your orders and list across all the distribution places. There are more ways to sell your product. We haven't talked about offline sales. We haven't talked about B2B. That is a total different market and differs from person to person, place to place, market to market. That is up to you to open. These all are the regular sales channel that you can start with in the beginning. Now, if you are in Bangalore and you really want to learn how this goes on behind the scenes, how 3D printing actually works, how packaging is done, how you charge for it, how you actually 3D print, is 3D printing a good idea for you or not? Is it worth investing? Are you a 3D printing person or not? You can come at our workshops that we conduct every week. You can find the link on our description or find us on Book My Show. Thank you.